Hi,
What's
friends.
going on?
We are on day 5 of the 10-day money challenge.
Yes.
We are so excited for day 5. It is such a good one. This is probably one of the last, most serious days. Everything else after this is super fun.
Granted, they were all fun, but
That's true.
yeah.
Um, and uh, yeah, so we're so excited to bring you day 5. Let's dive in.
Yeah. So day 5 is find a side hustle, right? Find other ways to create money, other than just your regular job that you probably don't like, right? I mean, even if you do, just find more income. Find other ways that feel good to you, to create more money. Um, because that will attract more money to you, right? If you're ever doing something that you love and enjoy doing, you're going to end up attracting more of just that, more happiness and more peace into your life. So, you know, I believe we said this before, but money is just energy, and learning to love the energy of money and having good energy surrounding money, you will attract more of money. So like I said, when doing what you love, you attract more of great things, and that includes more abundance, more success, more wealth, more joy, more peace, more love, and prosperity just in life in general, and every all good things that life has to offer. And don't forget to include um, being grateful, because without gratitude you have nothing. So um, be grateful for the job that you do have, even the little things like the air that you breathe, your limbs being in full effect, if they are, even if they're not, then be grateful for, what you do have, your fingers, your toes, the air you breathe, your kids, your mom, even if it's not a good relationship, you still have them, you know what I mean? So just be grateful for what you do have.
Yeah, totally. And gratitude is like one of the highest vibrations ever. So like anytime your mood's off, holding on to that gratitude for every little thing is one of the best things you can ever do for sure. So a lot of people make the mistake thinking that just their one job, whether you make 20,000 a year, 50,000 a year, 100,000 a year, they think that one job is just going to sustain their lifestyle of them wanting to be rich. And the sad truth is, it's not. Because what happens if you lose that job? What happens if you get sick? What happens if the job shuts down, right? You don't have that anymore. So
You don't want to be stressing out if it comes to a time that it just disappears. So
mhm.
shit, you want to have a backup plan.
So that is why, we created this for finding a side hustle. Now, we did also create a document that we'll share that has a list of how many did we do?
Yeah.
24 or 26,
I don't
20
know. It's
something
quite a
side
few.
hustles.
Quite a
Yeah.
few.
That you can kind of adopt on your own. And you really want to be coming from a place of creation when you find your side hustle. You don't want to be coming from a place of competition or feeling like you have to compete, because that's when your ego kind of steps in. And then your subconscious is feeling like you're coming from a place of lack. Um, we're all here to create different things, right? But when you're coming from that place of lack, ultimately you're creating more lack, you're creating more unhappiness, you're creating more scarcity, right? So when you come from a place of creation or a place um, where you're enjoying what you're doing, then you're, like Babe was saying earlier, or like previously in this section, you're going to create more of that for yourself. So having that enjoyment, having that peace, having that happiness, you're going to attract more of that for yourself. And then also you really want to ultimately find, your passion. Like, what do people typically come to you about? Create a side hustle out of that. Whatever it is, you may think it's small, you may think it's not needed, but we all go through stuff in our personal lives, and we all, your mess is your message, your mess is your magic. So use that, hold that. And yeah, so find a side hustle.
Yes, and remember that speaking of ego, it's not necessarily a bad thing. People give it a bad connotation, but your ego is just there to protect you. But it's like more of a survival thing. But we are um, on a new wave, right? We're not surviving anymore. We are fucking living. You know what I'm
And
saying?
thriving and
Yes, for sure.
evolving.
So the ego can take a backseat, and you can. We're finding our higher selves, who are what our true potential is. And our true potential has nothing to do with our ego trying to protect us and stuff like that. We use the ego when a lion is coming, or there's a fucking badass hurricane and we're trying to survive type shit, you know what I mean, in a horrible situation. But when we're trying to create wealth and find happiness and peace and live abundantly, the ego is going to take a back seat. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just find your side hustle, whatever you enjoy. Create a course for it, or something like that. Um, it's many ways to create money. So whatever it is that you enjoy, that is a good way to um, create more wealth in your life. Because like she was saying, people need help in many different ways, whether you think so or not. I am willing to bet you that whatever you enjoy, you can make money with.
Hmm. Or like if you're real crafty and you like, doing craft stuff, make that, do that, sell that. um you know you can go live on Facebook and sell. You can go to like flea markets and sell. There's multiple ways, and especially like with how like amazing social media is now in this day and age, like
Hmm.
there's not a single thing you can't do with your social medias, right? So using all of those to your best ability. And then, if you find something or you want to know something, or like you're like, oh, I'm really interested in, like we've been talking about mining our own crystals, right? Look it up. Google University is your best friend. Utilize
Facts.
it.
Facts. And YouTube University.
Yes. So, use your social medias, use your internet, use your Google, use YouTube. I promise you, you will learn so much. And you can create a side hustle out of almost anything. You definitely want to try to create some passive income, but, that's not something you need to necessarily focus on today. Just really finding a side hustle that you can start researching and start getting into. And don't let fear play a big part in this. Pull up a table, invite your fear over for tea, and talk about, what the biggest fears are and where they're coming from. But don't allow fear to drive what you're doing. Keep fear, like, she was saying, in the back seat. Keep your
Yeah.
ego in the back seat. Same with fear.
Yeah. Ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen, keeping that fear, and what is the worst that can happen, going after what it is that you have decided to do.
Mm-hmm.
And because whether or not you fail or not, like, you're going to learn something from it. So that's the worst that can happen.
There's
you
no
learning
such
something
thing
from it,
as
you know what I'm
failing or
saying?
losing.
For,
It's
for real.
you win or you learn. That's it.
Yes,
That is
sir.
ultimately it. You fail or you win or you learn. No failing. Your ego is always going to say, well, what if I fail? What if I don't do this right? Your higher self is going to say, but what if I succeed?
Mm-hmm.
What if I change the lives of people?
Yeah.
So always follow your higher self.
Yes, sir. As long as you have a service that you can offer, it's going to make money eventually. So just keep doing it, especially if you enjoy it. But um, that is the end of this day 5 challenge, right?
I'm like, wait, we still got 5 more days.
Day 5. So yeah, we hope you know what I'm saying, enjoy what we have offered as far as the template for the side hustles. And if not, you know what I'm saying, just like we said, figure out, Google and figure out what you actually enjoy doing. But until then, we will catch you later. And thank you for sticking with us and tuning in. And yeah, just continue to enjoy it. And we love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye-bye.